Top 10 horror series on Netflix. Your neighbors should definitely put their earplugs on because your screams might not let them sleep today as we bring you the horror movies on Netflix you might not want to watch alone. Hey guys, welcome to your entertainment channel, Netflix Tops, where we tell you all about the top-rated movies and series on Netflix. So grab your popcorn and stay with us until the end of this video, because in today's video, we are going to list down the top 10 Netflix horror movies of 2022. So let's get started. For true horror aficionados, nothing quite delivers a thrill like shutting off all the lights, sitting on your couch, and binging an entire night's worth of horror shows. And if you're looking to keep the darkness going throughout the spooky season, Netflix might just be your best bet to keep your holster full of horror shows. Number 10. Netflix's latest bingeable horror obsession, Archive 81, is based on a narrative podcast of the same name. Mamoudou Athie stars as film conservator Dan Turner, hired by mega CEO Virgil Davenport, Martin Donovan, to restore an anonymous footage set. The tapes are Melody Pendras' Dina Shihabi documentary work, who died in an apartment complex known as the Visser. Session by session, Dan finds himself confronting the strange history of Visser, from shady penthouse residents, occult totems, and tantric chants that may or may not hold the key to summoning another realm's deity. Lines blur further and further each episode, successfully disorienting viewers until reality and hallucination blend into a psychologically trippy thriller about found footage. Surrender yourself to what lurks beyond our screens. Number 9. Imagine if a season of Big Brother was interrupted by the zombie apocalypse. That's Britain's Dead Set, remade into the Brazilian Netflix original Reality Z, with a standout cast of doomed contestants and UK famous cameos. Riz Ahmed, Jamie Winstow, Andy Neyman, and more star as housemates standing in the Big Brother complex when the undead come bashing on security gates. Cowardly producers barricade themselves in studio areas, but eventually, everyone must band together or be eaten alive. From commentaries on brain-dead reality programs to spunky horror comedy attitudes, Dead Set makes the most of its eviction night settings and Big Brother viewership during a global crisis. All that, plus it's got the bloody, gruesome, flesh-ripping gore horror fans deserve. Binge this series ASAP if you're just hearing about it for the first time. Number 8. Hollywood sure loves to beat the dead horse of horror franchises until it becomes unrecognizable from the source material. But every so often they get it right. Ash vs. Evil Dead brings back Bruce Campbell as an older, grizzled version of the dead-eyed killing Ashley J. Williams. It's plenty fun to watch a much older Ash continue to deal with the possessed and undead, but now with Dana De Lorenzo and Ray Santiago as his trusty sidekicks. The added pairing keeps the series feeling fresh and fun, instead of a proverbial franchise corpse drag. There's plenty of trademark Raimi blood and gore, and it's the perfect swan song to Ash's tale. Number 7. One of those shows that got so popular it became immediately memeable. People forgot how truly effective and terrifying Black Mirror can be. Technology is a necessary evil in all of our lives, and Charlie Brooker's critique of how it all can be used to our detriment should inspire us all to question the way tech is used against us. Episodes like Nosedive are so close to our existing reality that watching Bryce Dallas Howard descend into madness feels like a foreshadowing for how society will soon function. Whereas episodes like San Junipero offer a slight glimmer of hope for the ways technology can assist us as we leave the mortal realm. Whatever you do, don't binge the show unless you are in the mood for an existential crisis. Number 6. Netflix's International Fair is among some of the best offerings, and the 3 seasons of German science fiction thriller Dark is undoubtedly one of their strongest. Running for only 3 seasons, Dark tells the story of the sinful past of a small German town after 2 children go missing, exposing the secrets and supernatural history of the area, including time travel. Dark's name is appropriate because this thrilling horror series is emotionally taxing, to put it kindly, due to its incredibly dark themes and storylines. Dark is one of the best overall shows on Netflix, but the need for subtitles likely contributes to its lack of public consciousness. Do yourself a favor, read the subtitles, and experience Dark. Number 5. Ghost stories are hard to pull off with modern audiences, but Mike Flanagan's The Haunting of Hill House is the supernatural story perfected. Flanagan delivers a perfect balance of genuine scares, but also the necessary catharsis that draws so many fans to the genre. The horror that exists in Hill House is not reserved only for undead spirits, but also trauma, grief, mental illness, dishonesty, and generational turmoil. Flanagan cares less about overloading with jump scares or high-octane terror, and instead focuses on a sense of dread that creeps underneath your skin and stays there. A constant reminder that the true horrors of Hill House is that the things that haunt us are not confined to a single house. Number 4. Until Squid Game came to play, the biggest success story on Netflix came in the form of Stranger Things. As fans eagerly await the 4th season due out in 2022, it's important to remember why the show became such a cultural phenomenon. On the surface, the explosion of Stranger Things love could easily be attributed to its expression of 80s nostalgia. But Stranger Things is so much more than just a cool aesthetic. Elements of horror, science fiction, and mystery are all intertwined in a series that's ultimately about coming of age and learning the harsh realities of the world that exists beyond childhood. There's a reason we keep coming back season after season, and a reason why Eleven's costumes still dominate every Halloween season. Let's face it, Stranger Things is legitimately wonderful. Number 3. 2020 was a hard year for all the obvious reasons, but it also marked the end of Supernatural's 15-year run. This would be a lot more tragic if it wasn't for Netflix having all 15 seasons of Sam and Dean Winchester's adventures, hunting monsters, demonic creatures, and other supernatural entities. Supernatural lasted as long as it did thanks to its absolutely perfect balance of humor, horror, and family drama. Supernatural is also responsible for one of the most loyal fandoms in television history, which allows for an exciting and welcoming community for anyone looking to get into the show all these years later. Number 2. Originally a CW show, Two-Sentence Horror Stories definitely picked up a bigger audience after making its way to Netflix. With 2 seasons currently available, the anthology horror series covers a wide range of fears from the supernatural to the uncomfortably real. Each episode is the full explanation of, you guessed it, a 2-sentence horror story. As with all anthologies, some episodes are better than others, but at only 20 minutes each, a show like this is perfect for horror fans who want to pick and choose which stories earn their time. Don't be afraid to binge it, because a 3rd season is due out in January on the CW and will end up on Netflix shortly after. Number 1. Canceling this series after 3 seasons is one of the biggest mistakes Netflix has ever made, and this is a hill I will happily die on: the Santa Clarita Diet. Drew Barrymore and Timothy Oliphant star as a married couple of realtors named Sheila and Joel, living a run-of-the-mill upper-class life, raising their teenage daughter in Santa Clarita, California. Everything changes after Sheila inexplicably dies, but upon consuming human meat, finds herself looking and feeling better than ever before. The hijinks of this family trying to keep Sheila's living zombie needs a secret really hit its stride in Season 2, with the 3rd season ending on the highest possible note, but a frustrating cliffhanger after Netflix canned the show in 2019. Regardless, it's a wonderful horror comedy and deserves far more love than it received. And this brings us to the end of the video. What are your thoughts on today's video? Share with us in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for amazing movie reviews coming your way. And thank you for watching.